This is an Audio Wool original.
Casual Frightday. And tonight, from the corporeal to the physical self, it's a celebration of the human body. Excuse me. Of course, we have some updates as well, animal stories to break up the madness, a cop watch segment, maybe even some Meat Boys, Jared.
Oh,
we drop round two. Yeah. So much more. To go through it with me is the voice that I introduced halfway. It's Jared from Occupied Texas.
Fan of the Meat Boys. It's me, Jared, your friend here on Frightday Casual.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you all.
Oh, it's just a delight. I feel like I've seen you so much lately. We've been doing a lot of recording because I'm preparing to go on vacation.
Doing a bit of a walkabout.
Well, it's a truck about. I rented a truck. I'm flying to Tulsa. Right. I'm going to drive around Oklahoma. I'm going to visit the Twister the Movie Museum. I'm going to pick up dust in a parking lot and let it point me in the direction that I should go. And that direction, hopefully, is that of a tornado. Maybe an F5.
Do you think the first time... All right, and I'm sorry not to say you think, but... your explanation of picking up dirt from a parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Are we talking... What parking lot are we talking?
I can't remember. Is it the parking lot of a diner in the film Twister, where Bill's character is trying to determine with with nature and his heart which direction they should go? If they're going to get Dorothy in the air, they gotta they can't trust all those newfangled machines. They gotta trust your gut, your instinct, and you got to point your Ford in the right direction.
I was for some Oklahoma. Of course, in this show, we've got a bit of an association. And I had to talk myself through it. And I was like, no, Jared, you're thinking of Oklahoma City, not Tulsa. And I was like, are you going to go pick up dirt from...
Oh, God. The other day, one of my friends from Oklahoma who I'm secretly visiting there, don't tell them, gave me a shirt from 1995 with, it's like a We Will Never Forget all of the child victims of the Oklahoma City bombing. Okay. It lists all their names on it.
These are the same friends that got you Cool Crashes Volume 2?
I can't remember what that was called, but yeah, they're the same guys. They know me so well, right?
Yeah, that's classic.
Just a sick freak over here. Let's kick things off right.
I am the box keeper. I believe this box is a gift for you.
Are you confused? You're not the only ones. A family in York County, a neighborhood sharing the moments they got caught on camera, their Ring camera. This is apparently a box demon.
Oh, I've never heard of a box demon before.
No, that's new. It's like a really a rainbow demigorgon, I guess, huh?
It does appear that way, kind of a low budget version. But when you're assuming that the quality of a Ring cam is going to be poor, you don't really have to try too hard. That is clearly a paper plate mask that you would make in a elementary school classroom. But also, it is very cool. I'm starting to think that Ring doorbell cameras are a bad thing. Like, I'd rather not know who's fucking around outside my locked door. It's locked for a reason, and I'm fine. Like, I don't need to know. Because didn't we have... this is like the third time in a row that we've seen just something horribly disturbing at the front door of someone's house when they're not there.
Yeah, and even people joking on us, saying that they're...
Oh, the Luciferian guy going door to door dressed as a Baphomet. That guy was clowns, of course, and Well, let's see.
Clowns shooting you in the face.
Well, that was a little bit more, risky. This seems innocent enough.
That's what the person said. The video, the surprise visitor, going viral online. And CBS 21's Maxine Rose is live in East York after talking to the people whose Ring camera it was right on the doorstep. What have you been able to find out about this?
Yeah, Joel D, we're on East 10th Street. We spoke with the homeowner here who tells us they had no idea that this had happened and really had only found out about it after walking out the next morning and saw that there was an empty box right outside of their door there. When they went on their Ring camera to find out when that even showed up there, they saw the box demon arrive at around 4.
Is this new Slipknot masks? What if they went in this direction?
Yeah, they just went Scotch tape and crayons.
It might work. Like, they were trying a little too hard for a long time, and now if they lean into this. Chat is on fire, by the way. Alicia is saying, "Who is this diva?" is wonderful. I completely, and my curiosity is piqued as well. And let's put them on Drag Race. I completely agree. Let's see if we learn a little bit more, though.
4:22 a.m. Now take a look at the video that we have there. We just showed you moments ago. The person drops the package off, rings the doorbell, and announces themselves as the quote box demon.
Box demon.
When they leave, the person takes the mask off for a moment. The homeowner tells us she had no idea at the time that the person was playing a character which some online believe come from a rope.
Wait, was that an innuendo you were just trying to drop there? Come on.
I don't know anymore.
Filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Video game.
Awful behavior.
Just saying.
I was like, who walks around with paper plate on their face is beyond me. And then I was mad. Like, I don't feel like it's scary at all. It more just made me really angry.
Wait, why? Okay, now she's just challenging the box demon?
What do you think she drives a Humvee?
You think? That's the kind of attitude that she's... Oh, wait.
She's got a Humvee attitude.
I could see it.
Angry, she says.
She got
also
a big
tells us
Buick
she was
attitude.
concerned, though, at first when the empty box, which was held together by pink camouflage and blue painter's tape, she said she thought that there may have been anthrax or some other substance on it. And when the police arrived later, it was confirmed that...
Come on, how important does she think that she is that someone would acquire anthrax and put it in an open box in front of her house? I don't know.
Yeah, Humvee coated.
Yeah.
No unknown substance was on it, and that it could
see that
be
thing do the
tossed
crab
out.
walk,
She also
though?
says no
Wait,
other
did
neighbor-
it? That would be...
The Humvee crab walk.
Wait, what are we talking about exactly? Am I missing
Dude,
something?
You know the Humvee. The new Humvee crab walks.
What? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Crab
this is wild.
Oh,
the box
okay.
demon's wild.
I'll pull this up real quick. We'll just watch this. Let's get some
Look at this
DMCA real
thing.
quick. So you're talking about a hump.
Oh,
Okay,
look at these
so
tires.
it's a vehicle that...
And he said, let me drive like this instead. Let me hit that angle. What? Look
Okay.
at that angle.
That is kind of the
How about he
attitude.
crank the wheel?
You don't even need to crank
I
it
can
that hard.
drive everywhere.
These wheels, and of course,
Wow.
I mean, this is not only a live program at live.frightday.com every other Friday, it's also a video program. If you're listening to this on the RSS feed, go to youtube.com/frightday to watch all these fun clips with us. All right, Box. I mean,
I saw the vape guys with they had that Humvee and it was crab walking in our parking lot.
So you keep giving me all these new characters. I have no idea who the vape guys are either. Is this like
I think we talked about them the other week. If faithful listeners will remember when we looked up vape prices when the girl was smoking like four packs of vape a day and she had to get her stomach.
Oh, her lungs were all...
Her stomach stumped.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Her stomach pumped.
That was wild. I think you are... I do recall that story. That was good.
in this area here on East 10th Ave has seen the box demon around. Now, according to the homeowner, Northern Regional Police have taken pictures of that box and have also taken fingerprints of the Ring doorbell on their home, the front door there. They say that they are actively investigating this, and now
her lung fell out.
What is this? The Roblox Box Demon IRL? We have an update? I had a different update, but I might follow whatever this path is from CBS 21 News.
Follow the demon.
Is this just... Maybe it's just
Are we following the path tonight?
I think it's from...
Same.
Maybe.
Oh, what's going on here?
York County.
Duke Street.
Yeah, it's just a guy. Local news, they also are streamers basically now.
Right.
So they just have a guy that like says the same thing, but in a live stream. I do have an
Dandy's
update. though.
World is a Roblox game. That's a character from it.
Oh, this character. Oh my gosh! Of course, Lindsay, you would know that there's a Roblox character. I don't know anything about this demon. It should be the demon blocks, not the demon box. But here's an update.
A little bit of snow, pretty much. Before we go, though, an update on a story we first told you about earlier this week, which will hopefully help you sleep a little better tonight.
Look at these lads.
I am the box demon. It's a gift for you.
Authorities in York County, Pennsylvania say they have now identified whoever is this box demon.
Bring them to justice.
They left an empty cardboard box outside a person's home this week with that creepy message. Police say there is no threat to the public, though the homeowner says she still doesn't know who this is.
I have no clue. None at all. Could have been a bad situation.
Said it could have been very dangerous. We don't know. We don't know what their intentions were. No one was hurt, but, you know.
I get that they said that there is no threat to the public. I refuse to accept that.
Remember those
Is
clowns?
this guy dressed like the devil?
I mean, he does look like a guy who would drive a hard bargain for your soul, like the guy on the right here. His suit doesn't fit very well either, but that's all right. Devil usually has a better suit than that. Here's Dandy from Roblox. So I do see the resemblance here. Dandy is a far more charming though, bright character. But
looks nicer until you get down to where you go to the right.
This guy
down. Oh, see.
I mean, there are evil, twisted Dandy. This is actually
dude.
It's fan art of Dandy's world.
And they're pretty scary, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I see it. I feel it, and that's
that thing.
The box
touches your toes. Come on.
I don't want anything to touch my toes. No, especially not a box demon. So no, box demon's fine. No one should be in fear of their life in Pennsylvania. So that's exciting.
I'm sorry. You said for the Met Gala. I read Meat Gala.
Meat Gala is a different thing.
I was like, we're gonna wait for that. I think.
Yeah. We talked a little bit last week about that bus driver who had the metal that hit his chest. Also, we do need to mention that every single Cybertruck has been recalled because there's a big strip of metal that's been ripping off of those things.
Yeah, just going through bus driver's chest, apparently.
Apparently, we caught it early. This is just kind of a fun clip that I found that I thought we'd watch because you had such a good reaction to the bus. Let's make sure that I can display this.
I already he's good. This is a man with a sandwich. I get that.
Yeah, this guy does have a sandwich. Here we go. I'm just centering this better on the screen so everyone can see. All right, this is just a fun video I found. A guy eating a sandwich in a car. He stopped at a light, taking a bite, and gets hit pretty hard from behind. So it's just kind of a fun video. Right?
His mouth is full of tuna salad.
Is full of salad sandwich. And
oh my God.
Yeah. It looks a bit like Mike O'Malley.
It broke his seat, dude.
Yeah, it smashed his seat backwards. Just kind of a fun guy. I don't have any news about this. I just thought it was a cool video.
Okay, so he's got a really wet sandwich and kind of like a long, like hoagie form.
Yeah.
Has a bite. Truck hits him 40 miles an hour. It breaks his seat somehow.
Yeah.
He goes flying backwards. The salad comes out of his mouth. Can you believe it? Into the back seat.
And I think he's fine. I just want to say I think he's fine.
Seemed like he's fine. He's moving. But he could have choked. He had a lot of wet salad in his mouth.
Yeah. Trying to eat fresh?
Maybe because it's wet, it went down his throat easier, and some of it came out.
And he got wrecked. Yeah. I mean, I think you have a story about an accident, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, you got a couple, really.
It'll be an accident. Which one?
Well, there's one where a police officer, a YouTuber, but maybe that's later. We'll tease that later for Cop Watch, right?
Yeah, that's Cop Watch. Yeah.
Well,
but
this is kind of a fun story. Last week we talked about that Was it last
First
week?
up on the Factor on...
First, we haven't seen Isaiah from the Isaiah Factor in a while. But also, we... did we take a full week off of...
Are we going to see him twice tonight?
You pulled another Isaiah from Fox 26? I love this guy. He's one of the best, local news broadcasters working
in the world.
But I think last week we took an entire episode off of discussing funeral home blunders, right? Maybe.
Whoa.
Big exciting thing for us because we tend to return to this topic. But this one I couldn't resist.
First up on the Factor on Censor tonight, a shocking report involving cutting off the penis of a dead man in Houston.
See, like how do you not? I mean, how do you not bite? Really? Isaiah Carey is on the case.
According to the Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's office, a woman who worked at a funeral home cut the penis off a dead registered sex offender's body and stuffed.
So things are really. How do you seem to have an opinion?
I don't. I'm so. It was like why, and then it was like. Okay, but also still why? What are we doing here?
Pretty wild.
Body.
And put it in a jar.
Well, here we go. It was a good guess, but yeah, this is what happened.
Body and stuffed it into his mouth.
Yeah.
Amber Laudermilk was arraigned for the crime this morning. Photographer Tori Walker was the only photojournalist to capture the appearance in court. Investigators say this happened at Memorial Mortuary and Crematory in February. Laudermilk was in the process of cremating Charles Rodriguez in front of another employee and embalming student as well. According to the court documents, she told the two not to say anything. Investigators
don't say anything. Listen, if you're going to cut off the penis of a sex offender, place it in his mouth.
You gotta be cool with your coworkers.
That's between you and God, really. Let's just keep that to yourself. Coworkers are going to tell. That's a story you don't keep to yourself.
Well,
Well, here we are, where she's in trouble. Clearly, right?
They definitely told on her ass.
Mm-hmm.
Say they initially were afraid to speak up. Rodriguez died in January. He has been reported as a sex offender since 2002. As for Laudermilk, her embalmment's license is under review to be permanently revoked. She could receive up to $10,000 fine, between 6 months to 2 years in jail. Joining us to talk.
And 100 high fives. Let's line up, everybody.
Yeah. You have to get a new job, probably, huh?
I think she's probably going to get a new job, would be my guess. I don't think
so. But do we think that this is like is she like doing a search at the end of, is this something that she does or something?
Wait, this is a service that she does? She'll go embalm sex offenders and desecrate their bodies?
No, I mean, like, is this something that she does? Like, is this something that she's done in the past? Like,
I mean, who knows, really?
Is she searching the person's name, like, match their face to the picture on the website?
That's actually something I've never considered. If you work at a funeral home or in a death industry position, would you Google the names of the bodies that you received? I feel like I might. Everyone in the chat, sound off.
I mean, how did she know about this person unless they were well known or she was looking him up? And if that's to say that she was just looking him up, if she didn't know who he was, possibly,
I think that's
then maybe
intriguing.
she's doing that sometimes.
I mean, that's an interesting theory too.
It's also like a pretty big like check this out move to do it. If to her coworkers, how many times has she's done this in the past in front of you? No. She was very comfortable to just like grab this man's penis, stuff it in his mouth. So
I mean, what if she got away with it though? Like,
how many times did she get away with it?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. David's in the chat. He hitting us with a big yo, and I give him a be
boom!
One big boom.
Boom!
In one of these as well. What up? Oh, got a new job. Very cool. Working at a new bar.
Hey, nice. Good job.
Well, congratulations. And I'll give you one of these.
These 2 booms are for you. Boom, boom!
Do a thunder and a gunshot. I need to expand the board a little bit, I think. It's kind of not what you would want. I mean, do we need to listen? Let's listen a little bit more to this interview.
Talk about it. Andy Kahn of Houston Crime Stoppers and Human Trafficking Specialty, Matilda Saragosa. So first of all, your thoughts about this. You know, you can laugh and joke about this, but this is a serious case.
Absolutely. I think it's highly concerning. You have somebody who's absolutely disgruntled, angry, possible mental health, and of course took matters into their own.
I like it ever since Trump. You know how Trump says stuff like, what's he say?
Well, I'm just sorry. Like the video that I sent also has like this like wrap up at the end. They do a minute 10, and then it's like this. They're talking to like a gym teacher,
Sure.
and then like this woman from the same elementary school.
Well, no, I was gonna say Trump always says like they're doing transgender or like stuff like that, and she just said and mental health. Like mental health is like that'd be like saying and physical health. Like it doesn't really make any sense. Like if they're having mental health problems, but just it's just
if they're having mental health.
Yeah, the problem we've got mental health. They're
doing mental health.
They're doing mental health.
Or they're not doing mental health.
Well, it seems like they're not. But, so Isaiah did the same kind of thing in the one that we're about to watch a little bit down the road. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's the same format. It's great.
I love him.
Hands to do what she decided to do. Maybe some unresolved issues in there, thrown in there. I mean, I just don't know to the extent of how much information she's able to receive on this person.
It's Matilda Saragosa.
She's able to know as much as I would think she knew in order to do this.
She's a specialist.
Well, yeah, but she's a human trafficking specialist. Why is she being interviewed in this
Why
context?
is she talking about? What is she?
Did something happen to her before?
What is the other guy?
And she felt like I'm going to take it out on this person now because of his past crimes. But ultimately, that was somebody's son. That was somebody's father, and he still deserved his dignity.
I mean, I don't know. Like if you're a sex offender, I don't know. Depending on how severe, I suppose. But I say we kind of. I mean, once they're dead. Literally do whatever. That's just my opinion.
We don't know the circumstances and our motivation for doing this, but is this something that maybe crime victims have in their minds? Finally to get real justice in their minds in a situation like
it's
this.
Fantasy land. You hear it all the time. I'm going to jump over the rail and I'm going to get that person that did this to my daughter, my son. You hear that all the time. But, that's a movie. Real life, it doesn't happen. This is actually, Isaiah, the second time in about a year that we've had an incident involving a registered sex offender. The first one, we had a guy that pretended to be part of a chat group, and he was talking to a registered sex offender he met, and he shot and killed him. He's charged with murder.
All right.
That was the first one. Now you've got this really bizarro.
This is not the same thing at all.
No.
Not. I don't know what. And they have.
He just gets phone calls about this shit, and he's like, "I've heard of sex offender."
Yeah, I've heard. We had one of those before. So, interesting story. I don't think we need to talk too much about it, but I do have a problem with those weird like TikTok predator hunter people. Seems to be very like self-serving, right? Like,
have you watched that new Jamali Maddox
the Vice one?
show?
Right? Yeah. That was really interesting. It was
good. Yeah.
It followed a couple of the people that I see frequently on things like TikTok and Instagram.
We see that one big ginger guy on the Crowder show sometimes.
Oh yeah, what's that guy's name? I don't even remember.
Alex something or another.
Alex, I think you're right. Predator poacher Alex Rosen, right? I think that seems right. I don't care. What's the Denver Ped Patrol? Lots of fun characters. Really cool stuff. Was it Rosen?
Look at us. Two brains together. We figured it out.
Oh, yes, we did. Wonderful. Great. So, Yeah, that was a cool little story. It was really, really fun. glad we took
also
some time to talk about the
devil here pointing at him like he's next. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, look at that man.
He's like, "Hey, watch out!" And he's like, "Hey, hey, don't come on, man."
Yeah, tuck my dog
guy,
in.
The middle guy here is looking at him, and he's like, "Devil's got your number, man." That is funny. It's not me. It's you this time. Chad, what do we think the devil is auctioning off for? What, brown jacket over here?
112233445566. I've been listening to. Did you hear Auction Guys on Guys, a podcast about guys this week?
Did. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I did.
Really good stuff.
Have you been trying to figure it out?
No, I'm not very good at it. I don't speak.
doing the little ad libbing in the middle. That's all it sounds like to me.
It is, yeah. I can't do the auction thing. I would be bad at it, unfortunately. So there's a story that we missed, unless you think that one of your stories would tie well with the castration of a sex offender post-death.
Castration tied up. I found a story that was about a guy who found a 30-year-old piece of smegma on his penis.
Okay, so we're going to go with my story then. Would be probably the best choice.
Yeah,
right?
The next one I was going to say is the dog story, because that's kind of wonky and fun.
Dog story?
Yeah, the dog vom.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one. It's been a while since we've talked about someone trying to sell. Well, we'll figure it out.
Joanna Kidman admitted to stealing a dead man's toes to sell them online. Are you obsessed with human remains?
No comment.
No comment. Are you obsessed with human remains? Can you get enough of them? That's a great question. That's a brilliant journalist. Well, I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with them.
Admit it.
That's
just
pretty
admit
wonderful.
it.
Wild. A Melbourne mother of 5 trying to sell dead man's toes and not the dead man's bones vinyl record that I've been looking for a while, right? Good album.
Ryan
Gosling.
It's the Gozzles. He's doing acoustic drive soundtrack.
Of course, yes. Let's dive in here.
48-year-old was working as a ranger at an animal shelter in February last year when 2 dogs surrendered to the facility after their owner died from natural causes, became ill and vomited up 2 times.
Okay. Sorry, let's let her finish.
Toes.
2 toes the dog vomited up. Huh. Well, okay. I thought dogs could eat, quite extreme things, but
that dog could eat.
What? Okay.
The mum of 5 took them home, placing them in a jar containing formaldehyde before calling her daughter to say she could make $400.
Wait a second. Okay. I thought in my head, because I didn't look into this story at all. I also did pull this story, but I didn't look into it. I stopped right there. I assumed that the dog ate some of her private collection.
Yeah. Where did the toes come from now?
Yeah, where did they come from? Now I'm confused because, if my dog barfed up human toes, my first thought wouldn't be, you know what, this is a money-making opportunity. That would be it, but it wouldn't be about a money-making opportunity. I wouldn't say, you know what, I can sell this stuff that my dog vomited. This is pretty cool.
When police came knocking, she was asked if she was in possession of human remains. She said she was and pointed to a glass jar that was on a shelf between a guinea pig trotter, an alligator claw, a bird skull, and baby teeth belonging to her children.
What is a trotter? What is a guinea pig trotter?
Is that little the wheel?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's like a hamster wheel in the States.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Trotter?
I don't know.
I guess.
Police say Ms. Kinman is an avid member of Bone Buddies Australia and used the page to sell still.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being part of a Facebook group called Bone Buddies.
Yeah.
Bone Buddies US or anything.
What's this bone?
Excuse me?
What is this bone?
born kittens and puppies.
Okay, they're saying trotters are feet. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And foul comment, Corey. Too bad for her it wasn't Wendy's chili season. Interesting.
So if trotters are feet, we're talking about she just has loose skinny pig feet?
It seems that way. Yeah, she's, I mean, not a terribly impressive collection.
They call pig feet you cook with pig trotters.
I guess that makes sense. Huh. All right. What did she say she had? She had, it was an alligator, guinea pig trotter, alligator claw, bird skull, and baby teeth belonging to her children. A lot of people keep baby teeth.
Yeah, but why guinea pig feet? They seem so small and weird. I guess like a rabbit's foot.
Rabbit's foot is for good luck, but I don't even think those are real rabbit's feet, are they? All right.
The lawyer said it was spontaneous, unplanned behavior, but I'm struggling to understand what's caused this behavior. The son of the deceased man was so traumatized and sickened by what Ms. Kinman did, he decided not to tell other family members to save them from more grief. Joanna, is there anything you want to say to the victim's family? No. Kinman was sentenced to a community corrections order for 18 months and 150 hours of unpaid community work. Cassie Zervos, 7 News.
Wait, how do we don't even know where the body came from?
No.
Do we have a story about where these tootsies?
Where them tootsies come from?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Someone called Dennis.
Yeah, well,
they're on the loose.
We can't start a rumor that Dennis has a website where he sells pictures of his feet just because he's not here.
It's fine. I mean, if there were going to be a website in the future, it would be Dennis'sPiggies.com,
which is not taken. Woman admits to trying to sell human toes regurgitated by dogs. This is a really gross story, by the way. I don't know exactly why we're doing it. Oh, yeah, I do. It's the show. So, let's see. The two dogs vomited up the toes? It keeps getting weirder, right?
The dogs were thinking that they had lunch and they were keeping it down. But then there's some that said otherwise.
Oh, okay. So this actually makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to pull my clip really quick just to see what the verbiage was that was shared here. Okay. Let's see. Mother in court for selling human remains. Real quick.
Good evening. A Lilydale mum of 5 who fished human toes out of a wheelie bin to sell them online.
That's what it was. What is a wheelie bin? Does anyone want to tell me what that is?
Wheelie bin? What is this? Made up Australian shit.
We're getting a glossary
First
lesson.
They're doing sausages in
So is that truly is that just a garbage bin? Is a wheelie bin? Wheelie barrow, trash can dumpster. Okay, that makes sense.
Leader?
So this is from
what the hell?
MrWheelieBin.com.au. Australian-made wheelie bins. The two most commonly used wheelie bin sizes are 120 liter and 240 liter, and the colors available in these are broken down into 3 categories: standard, which is dark green,
proof,
nature green, gray, and black, and then there's non-standard colors that are red, yellow, blue, and burgundy. So there's a wheelie bin, everybody. Okay. People are mad at me because I'm not watching Bluey with Kelly, or else I would know for sure what a wheelie bin was, but here we are. I had to learn on my own.
And has narrowly avoided jail. As Mark Santamartino reports, police found them on a shelf next to an alligator claw and children's teeth.
Joanna Kinman stole 2 human toes from a wheelie bin at work, planning to sell them online.
Okay.
Joe, how much did you think you were going to get for those toes? Why did you do it?
No comment.
The 48-year-old told her daughter she had researched it and thought she could get about $400 for them.
Okay.
As an avid contributor of a Facebook group called Bone Buddies Australia, a page that describes itself as a resource for Australians to ask questions, offer advice, and buy, swap, or sell specimens.
So, that's a little bit more helpful. That gives us a little bit more context. I'm still fairly confused about where she worked. She worked where some place where folks sell toes or have toes available to them, right?
Yeah, they're just cutting toes off, throwing them on the top of the trash. They're apparently not putting them.
Where the hell did she work? And it's only $253 American? That's wild.
Oh, well.
Can someone tell me where this woman works?
$253 for both the toes?
Yeah, that's a set.
Is one more expensive than the other, do you think?
I mean, if they're both big, right? Like right and left.
Toes are small, man.
Well, it's a big business if you get enough of them, I suppose. But I don't know what the hell happened here. Wait. Animal shelter where she worked. Here we go. Oh my God. The dogs weren't hers. They were at the animal shelter. And the dog threw up the toes. She took the toes from work and tried to sell them on Bone Buddies. What the hell, right?
The dog. Okay, that's right. The dog threw them up.
Yeah.
And this is the hard thing to remember in all of this. Dog yacked up the human toes. So
is this a Coen Brothers film? Like what?
Where did the toes? Yeah.
What
we got to go back further.
No, we can't.
We got to find the man with the toes.
Whose toes are these?
Well, man without the toes. Someone's missing a couple of toes.
Oh, here we go. Actually, if we just keep reading,
no.
No, the dogs. So 2 dogs.
And chat, don't you look ahead?
Yeah, stop, sir. You guys are cheating. You're cheating.
Yeah, don't read it out. Don't read it out because now the
I
chat,
look stupid.
The chat knows. We know. There's more to it.
But so apparently, here we go.
People listening don't have to know.
2 dogs threw up 2 toes, and the dogs had been surrendered to the shelter where this woman worked. And the dogs had eaten part of their owner's body after he died of natural causes.
Oh, guys were hungry.
So I don't trust. Yeah, this is it. They always say that. Don't they always say that cats will eat you when you're dead, but dogs won't?
Eat your face.
Yeah.
Well, dogs will do a thing, I think, where they like try to protect resources before they do anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll slow down consumption with like water if there's water available, and
they're very wise. They know how to handle a grief type situation, which actually brings me to kind of a sadder story.
Look at this big straw that I got here.
Well, that's quite the straw. What do you guys, is that a 32 or a 44 that you got there?
Oh, it was a big old lemonade.
Vultures.
I don't even know how big.
I'm not talking about the Kanye album, and we aren't going to.
You got some Family Guy.
No, vultures though. Oftentimes depicted in films circling folks. You know, the people crawling through the desert, and this may be a signal that the end may be near. Not the best look, but that doesn't mean this opportunistic carnivore doesn't have a heart, Jared. And
I saw a vulture grab a squirrel by its guts today.
Well, this is
and fly it out of the street so that I didn't hit it.
You're not doing me any favors here. I'm telling you, Jared, that vultures can experience loss themselves and can be quite emotional, and that we should be sympathetic to them.
Well, it's now time to see what's coming out today for our media partner, the Baltimore Banner.
And this morning we're talking with the Banner's Julie Sharper about some bizarre bird behavior in Prince George's County. And this, I can't wait to hear what you have coming up with this one, Julie.
So,
She's a little nervous. Do you guys have a lot of vultures? I don't think I've ever really seen one, even though I've been out and about in the desert from time to time. Are they fairly common in Austin?
Yeah, I see them sometimes, especially like obviously the further you go away from the city. Where I work not too far from like city center or whatever, but like usually not vultures up in there, but
no.
Yeah, they were squirming around with the squirrels out there.
Yeah.
The further you got into like hill country and stuff, you see it like pretty frequently. It's like turkey vultures mostly, I think.
Yeah, not the big boys. And I think that these are more so that type, but
I wrote a story about vultures.
Vultures.
You don't normally think of vultures as being like particularly pleasing birds. You know, you think of them as being kind of gross.
And creepy.
See, rude.
But I learned so much about vultures working on this story that's totally changed my opinion of vultures.
Really?
And it started with a retired Navy environmental analyst named Martha Midget, who lives in Prince George's County in Accokeek, in sort of a rural area.
Okay.
She and her husband love animals, and they're always watching the animals around their property. And for many years, they've been feeding a pair of vultures, like a mated pair of vultures.
Okay.
They bring their babies to see this couple every year. Well, a few weeks ago, one of the vultures...
Tina is bird phobic. I don't know what you call that.
Well, why get her out of there? It's kind of distracting, this story, right?
She's got who's the birds guy? Oh my god. You know, the director with the bald head, and he's like, birds.
Birds guy? Oh, Alfred Hitchcock, yes.
Yeah.
Now, Julie...
Stupid.
Julie here is trying to tell, like, a sweet story, and everyone's like, vultures are fucking gross, right? And she's like, well, actually, I'm trying to go a different direction, and then the other one's screaming.
It's thoughtful.
Yeah.
Not disgusting bird. Look at this bird kill its friends.
These gross pieces of shit.
Disgusting.
Nope.
I like birds, so this is freaking
Okay, my gosh. So one of the vultures died on her porch.
Oh, no.
And what you're seeing now is its mate actually dragged its body over to a grassy area.
Oh.
And it was
sweet.
All
That's
the
not
other
grass.
vultures gathered around it, and it was almost as
ceremony.
if they were having, I don't want to be anthropomorphic,
No,
but
but
they were standing around, and it seemed like they understood
Well,
what had happened.
Do they mate for life? Do
They mate
well,
for
then
life,
They did
and
understand.
they're truly monogamous.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That
that's cute
is touching.
too.
It's touching in a
it's
vulture kind of
touching.
way.
Exactly.
So I just thought that was kind of a nice story, right? Take a gross, creepy piece of shit bird like a vulture, and you realize that they have feelings too, you know?
Yeah, they're just like us.
And they definitely probably ate that vulture, right? they all probably ate the dead body of that vulture.
Yeah, it's like in Dune. They got its precious resource.
Of course.
Got to turn that vulture blood into new vulture blood in my body.
Of course. So I just thought that was kind of nice. Little heartwarming tale there about vultures.
Kind of made me feel bad, kind of.
Well, sorry, should I knock out this other animal story really quick?
Really late at night.
Here's a nice little
Motel staff never know what they may find left in a room after visitors check out, but the staff at Pine River Motel in Sheboygan found something that's probably a new one for them.
We're in Sheboygan, everybody.
Take a look at this video sent in by a viewer of an alligator in a room at Pine River Motel. The Sheboygan Police Department says motel staff found the alligator named Wally Friday while cleaning the room after somebody checked out of the motel. Police found that Wally's owner had been in town to conduct assemblies with...
Wait, how are they holding that alligator with no covering over his mouth?
They are friends. They kissed him on the face.
Did they kill him? Is this them?
I hope not.
Give me 1 sec. I gotta tuck in my dog again.
Okay. Chat, do we think that these cops ruthlessly beat Wally to death and that's why they're handling him so improperly? Because I'm a little... I don't know what they do in Sheboygan. And I'm not here to cast judgment on the people of Sheboygan. But if you guys are just handling cops that are handling alligators...
Are we going to cop? We're doing cops after this, clearly, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm like a little concerned that these cops are just like a little too fearless.
With elementary school children and had several exotic animals with him for the presentations. The owner discovered Wally was missing but didn't know when or where the alligator escaped. Sheboygan police say the owner came back to reunite with Wally.
Wait, what? We have an update from MTR? Let's see. Have you seen this emotional support gator? Wally's owner says he's lost in Georgia. Oh no. Oh, they found him. In ordinary times, the social media accounts devoted to Wally. Oh, Wally's a sweet gator, it seems. This is actually kind of nice.
And maybe this is like the only gator you can handle like that.
He's a nearly 6 foot long emotional support alligator. Oh, I accidentally. Visiting nursing homes. Should we go to the nursing home story or should we start Cop Corner?
Oh, we gotta look. Well,
actually, they're all kind of related. So we could start with that and then jump to yours. This is gonna be a wonderful night, folks. We for some reason have just a spread for you. This is sweet. I'm glad we took this little detour, and I'm glad that people now believe that alligators and vultures are actually nice and good.
Yeah, they're the best friends that you could ever have, and actually, they're together in the new Disney movie.
Yeah, it's like Milo and Otis, but like
but
like kind of a fucked
but
up
it's
version.
animated, so they don't have to. Well, Milo and Otis is the fucked up version.
That's
real.
true, yeah, because they're always throwing that cat and dog off the ledge and breaking the legs
Off
of
the
those.
ledge,
Yeah.
then breaking the legs, and they're hitting them on the head.
It's just the
And they're
worst. Man, Disney was
drowning
rough.
them.
Yeah.
Probably.
So we somehow missed this one, but lucky enough, body cam footage was dropped this week. So let's take a peek.
You know, and like sorry, and I have to just get this out of my because we got onto Milo and Otis. You know, I'd always like see it at like I don't know, Disney Channel or something like that. And then one time I caught it on like not Disney Channel or like the DVD, and there's like a whole like 15 minutes where it's just animals being birthed.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like there's cats coming out of cats and dogs coming out of other dogs.
Listen, I don't remember that cut. That sounds like
That's what I'm saying. People don't seem to remember this, but there's like the hard version of
I can't tell if you're being honest, and thank you, Lindsay, in the chat for dropping this article.
I
here.
am.
Or
I
this
am being
story.
real.
Man charged with using alligator as dangerous weapon at Wendy's drive-thru, and I feel like this is probably not the same story you were looking at. It seems like people use alligators as weapons fairly often. Which state was it in? Oh, Florida. Interesting. Yep. Apparently, a guy named Joshua James threw a 3-foot 6-inch long reptile through the window of a fast food restaurant before leaving without paying for a soft drink. Fire in the hole. You ever do that?
No, I'm not a piece of shit. No,
Yeah, not a bad guy. But usually, when people do that, they end up throwing their beverage back through the fast food window. This guy kept the beverage and threw an alligator through the window and didn't pay for the beverage, apparently, which is kind of cool.
Well, congratulations on your new pet.
Yeah, and that guy got away with like $1 soda for free, which is exciting.
And he had to carry around that guy 3-foot 6-inch long reptile.
Yeah, you had to have that guy in the passenger seat for a bit, right?
Joshua James.
Come
yeah.
on.
Okay.
All right.
That's wild.
Cool.
Well,
this is wild though. This footage caught me. I was trying to go to bed and then this popped up on my TikTok and I was like, hell yes. How did we miss it?
This happened back on December 1st of last year at the River Glen of St. Charles Senior Living Facility. Police called to that facility on reports that a man was inside with a chainsaw.
It does look like a character from Vice City. A man
He's got a track jacket.
Unzipped.
Yeah. Unzipped. Chainsaw
in hand in a assisted living film. What's the assisted living facility? A senior home.
Yeah.
It didn't take officers long to
Mom,
find Daniel
I've
Escalera.
come for you.
Hey, drop it! Drop it!
Oh no! Come
Uh-oh.
on.
Drop it!
He's
Drop
trying to start that thing. He's got a laser on his
Police officer threatened
chest.
to use a taser on Escalera unless he dropped the chainsaw. Escalera didn't comply. You see, he starts the chainsaw. That's when the officer deployed his taser, hitting Escalera in the chest. But look what happens. He was briefly knocked down, springs back up, grabs the chainsaw, and starts running toward the...
Okay, so before we go through too much of that, I have the full body cam footage. And I think the audio might be a little bit louder, but let's take a peek. December 1st, 2024, 8:46 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Okay. Running chainsaw. He tried to He went into that door right there? Yeah, that front entrance door. This one with the pillars? Yes. The white pillars? Okay. Can you do me a favor and just hang out here for a second? Okay.
He started by, oh man.
1358.
Started by trying to cut down a tree and then decides to go check out what's inside that building, huh?
Just hold it for now.
He's being kind of casual for the idea.
How long ago did he go in there? Okay. Okay.
Here, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Double time it. This guy is casual. This officer is not responding the way I would like him to be. Using the ramp? Okay.
Yeah, well, my tax dollar is at work? Okay.
How about let's go? And I definitely do recognize in the chat people dropping Chainsaw for Democracy comments. Yes. This is how you get rid of... You cut the bureaucracy, right, Jared?
Yeah.
You start with the geriatrics.
I have become meme.
God. Hey, what's going on with this guy?
I don't know. He came in here.
Hey, can you hold this door open?
Yes,
More police are coming.
Wham, 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 wham.
That's so scary. Like both of my grandmas are in facilities right now. This would just be such a weird instance because like it's pretty mellow in those places. One is a memory care unit where everyone's just like kind of hanging out, sitting quietly. Imagine a guy with a chainsaw just walking in. Like,
Big bummer, dude. It's not a magician.
No, no one's gonna sing Burt Bacharach tracks or anything. Like nothing good is happening with it. And he's not a gardener. He's not like taking.
You think when we have to go to one of these things that they're gonna be coming in being like my ass, my titties? They're just gonna be doing. You know what I mean? They're gonna be
hitting singing modern hits instead of
the hits of the day.
Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of cool. That is the direction we're going, right? I mean. What you got?
Old people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, people really getting into it. P.D. Pablo songs, taking their shirts off, twisting around their head like,
oh, my back.
Oh, no, and they wheel them away. Yep.
Twisted something.
Go ahead.
I was walking through here, you know what I mean? Like, he's about to, like, fireball.
Hold that door open. Hold that door open.
I can't.
I agree, AB. I think this guy should have kicked the door in for sure.
Fireball.
He went that way. No way. No way.
Go back.
Okay, thank you. She knows exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, in the distance.
Oh, God.
Hey.
He's playing Splatterhouse here.
Drop the taser.
Oh, and this is where the cop gets a little flustered. I did see this. The cop says drop the taser, and he certainly means drop the chainsaw.
Yeah. Homeboy, you have the taser.
Hey, drop the taser. Drop the taser.
Okay,
or drop
you
the,
goofball.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it. On the ground. Get back. Hey, drop. Hey. Hey.
Is he? I think he's priming the motor. He's pushing that little button to get the gas in it.
Get the push a little in there. Hang on a second, Kappa.
Drop the chainsaw. One at taser point. Oh my God. Hey, drop it.
Who's freaking out right now?
Yeah, what was that? What was he?
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. Hey, drop.
I think it's him. It's the guy that chainsaw.
He's getting a little choked up.
Oh my God. Hey, drop it.
He's like about to throw up. He's like, forgive me, Father, for what I'm about to do.
I got one at taser point. Step it up.
Oh, and then it didn't keep going.
Drop it.
Oh man.
Stop. People are trying to have a nice ham dinner.
Oh God, he goes into a room full of old people. This is the worst.
Where is she? Step it up!
Wait, who do you ask for? My old lady?
Leaving here without my lady!
I'm not leaving here without my lady.
Where is she?
What?
Where is she? Step it up! Drop it!
I just want my wife, man.
I just want my wife. You don't say that with a chainsaw.
My wife, man.
I just want my wife, man. And I agree, AV in the chat. This is a point where an officer should probably pull out his real gun, not the taser. You know, just saying. Oh, there we go.
He's like waving it around. So
Yeah.
he got up and ran away, and then the cop ran away.
Fuck?
This is Uvalde all over again.
It kind of is. That was wild. Here we go. Boom. Dead center with the taser. Uh-oh. Dude, don't run over. There's a room full of people.
He's right here. He's right here. Come here.
Come on, man.
Wait. Hear
Who?
those poor...
Come here.
There's Mickey Mouse in there, about to retire him. Oh no. Oh no, now you're just firing a weapon
in the hallways of a...
Oh my god. Who is shooting a gun?
Are we going to get kicked off of YouTube for this? I mean, it's or on Twitch. Jesus Christ. All right, so everything's blurred.
Holy
But...
fuck, dude.
All right, that's probably all we need to watch of that, huh?
Good God.
Yeah, that was rough. So somehow we missed that story, huh? This was the original news story about it.
We are starting with breaking news at 5 o'clock. St. Charles
start that
Police.
over again. Did you feel that beat?
It was kind of fire.
We are starting with breaking news at 5 o'clock. St. Charles Police shoot and kill a man who entered a senior living facility with a chainsaw. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jackie Bang.
And I'm Tamon Bradley. WGN's Angelica Sanchez.
Jackie
is live
Bang.
in St. Charles with the latest.
Tamana and Jackie, police have just cleared the scene after being here for more than 6 hours today. We now know the suspect shot and killed by officers today was first spotted on the property trying to cut down a tree before making his way inside in an attempt to attack residents with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
I'm wishing that everybody's okay. So that's the main thing.
See, that guy's probably the best, right?
I'm surprised they cut out the second part of his clip here where he said, back to chainsaw, skin your ass raw.
Oh, sure. If the day keeps going this way, I just might.
Yeah.
I just am leaning.
I just want my wife.
I just like these sweet moments today. I don't know why.
I'm wishing that everybody's okay. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Crime scene tape wraps around the River Glen Assisted Senior Living Facility in St. Charles.
They kind of said that there was an intruder that got into the building.
In a Sunday release, the St. Charles Police Department says just before 9 a.m., witnesses reported a shirtless man holding a chainsaw and attempting to cut down a tree on the property. The suspect then entered the lobby and began confronting residents with the chainsaw. The release goes on to say arriving officers attempted to de-escalate the situation, but the suspect continued his attempts of using the chainsaw against residents of the building and the officers. A taser was used on him, but the suspect continued his attack. St. Charles police go on to say an officer was then, quote, forced to fire his service weapon, striking the suspect.
We saw what happened. That was a lot of different times he was forced to use his service weapon. They were shooting wild down the hallways, right?
Yeah, I don't know that it was necessarily our guy shooting, but
no, I think the body cam guy. No, it was another officer, but
yeah. It was wild. They shot 4 times. How many times did they hit him?
It seemed like
once. He was still alive. He's still moving.
Was he? I don't know. He seemed a little limp, but
and they moved him around.
Said they acted within the law when they killed this guy with the chainsaw. I gotta say, a lot of times it's kind of oh man, they went too far. This guy literally had a chainsaw.
Yeah, he was trying. This is giving me a chance to stop it, but then he's like, I'm trying to turn it on. I'm actively trying to turn it on and be like, No, you're not. I'm going to have to put you down.
Like, it's kind of like we witnessed kind of an anomaly. A man, he had the taser on him longer than he did the gun for, like, you know, way longer than I would have expected. So,
yeah.
I guess you got to give it.
But he still somehow couldn't do it correctly.
No, he fucked up with the
damned
taser.
if you do and damned if you don't, I guess, from our perspective. But
So, in the hallway, a man stopped near a resident with a wheelchair and made a gesture resembling holding a gun. An officer fired a 4th shot, striking him in the chest. So he was shot 4 times. Let's see. Officer deployed a taser, briefly knocking the man down.
Times then.
The man grabbed the chainsaw, ran towards the officer. After a pursuit through the facility, the man charged at an officer in the lobby who fired 2 shots but missed. The video shows the man was able to strike the officer with the chainsaw before the 3rd shot hit his arm. Oh. It looks like the guy had methamphetamine in his system and other substances, which that does track. Wow.
PCP.
Yeah.
You ever get like did you have like a cop thing in high school where you gotta like hang out with cops?
Like a ride along situation?
Yeah, I had to do a ride along in mine.
No, we weren't that pro cop. I think the closest would have been like the DARE program, you know. There's a lot of cops in there. I was the whatever the equivalent of a valedictorian of DARE would be.
Sure, I was too.
Were you? That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I got to read my whatever paragraph probably in 3rd grade in front of Jill Valley, a local news anchor.
Is that nice. Right? Yeah, I think we might have talked about this on here before.
I think we might have.
I've shared this.
Oh, it's the best.
My legs were asleep when I stood up in the audience to read mine, and I fell over on the kids in front of me.
Oh no!
And they were all like, "Ow!"
Like, is this
and before,
so
I stood up a second time, and legs still asleep, and I fell down on the kids in front of those kids. And then I finally like drug myself up to the front and kind of like got up in front of the microphone. It was just like, didn't say anything about it, and was just like, DARE taught me how to buy drugs from kids that sit on stoops that think that cartoon is cool. Drugs are cool for cartoon.
Should we enter?
Or whatever it was.
Yeah. Excuse me. Also, when I worked at the airport, there was a really nice law enforcement officer at the airport that I used to hang out with. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably the only good cop that I really knew, and he wasn't really much of a cop, right?
The cop that taught my class is the cop that I think you talked to him for the Barjona series.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him, but I have had some communication with Dusty Deshaw. Is that right?
Yeah, Deshaw.
Yeah. What happened here, though? I feel like one of our YouTube shorts was about the Gooner cop who ended up crashing his car into the back of that woman's SUV.
Sure. Yeah, he was having a bit of a time with his dick out.
Sure. Yeah, he's on his phone.
And he bonked that woman. He said, "My brakes locked up." But clearly it was his knees. That whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we all know. Is this a similar situation that happened 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, this seems like it could have been a pretty similar situation. You know, maybe a little bit more severe, but kind of in this, I get it. I know what he's doing. I know what the cops doing.
About the circumstances that led to a deadly crash on Shelburne Road involving an on-duty police sergeant and a cyclist. Prosecutors say Sergeant Kyle Kapitansky could have been driving distracted at the time of the crash. Kapitansky driving his cruiser on Shelburne Road while on duty in November when he crashed into Sean Hayes, who was riding his bike in the road. Hayes died at the scene. Last month, Kapitansky was charged with grossly negligent operation with death resulting. According to charging documents, a video was playing on a police tablet at the time of the crash, and investigators say Kapitansky was the primary user of the tablet that night. One of the links the tablet accessed was visually consistent with images caught on his body camera. After the crash, prosecutors say Kapitansky's camera recorded him changing the tablet's display screen from YouTube to the dispatch screen. He is due in court later this week to answer to the charges against him.
And he was just listening to like the Ezra Klein podcast or something, right?
Yeah, he was really interested in like global warming,
Of course,
and it was kind of like heated around.
Wait,
will they, won't they drown?
Of course. So what? Wait, what was he? What was he reading here? Or pardon me. What was he viewing? And I feel like we have some of the words because it seems like NBC5 WPTZ. They didn't really want to get into this, huh?
Yeah, and the more I look, ABC didn't want to talk about it. No, it didn't seem like any one of these guys wanted to really like do the work, do the digging, except for one, the Burlington Free Press.
Like Corey's guess is that he was watching Dude Perfect videos, and that rules.
Yeah, he's going to do Nitro Circus on the chive.
That'd be kind of cool. I want to see trick shots while I prepare to harass homeless people. That sounds like
going around with the basketball on the chest and the arms, and then hook shotting it 30 feet into the from the fifth story balcony.
That sounds pretty cool to me, but that I don't think was exactly what was going on.
So the Burlington Free Press says the crash report after the accident revealed that what is his name? Kapitansky? Kapitansky.
Yes, Kyle.
Was driving about 40 miles an hour.
Oh.
In an area with a speed limit of 35 miles an hour.
Come on, we've all done that. That's not that bad.
He also did not stop right away, and his brakes were being activated about 85 feet past the collision site.
85 feet. That's, I mean, if you bonk someone at 45.
And I'll tell you this, when I hit that guy, it took me a second to realize that I hit somebody.
Yeah, and
just
for
a
folks,
moment.
For folks who don't know, Jared did hit a guy with his car at one point.
Hit a guy with my car one time. You can go back and find that in an earlier episode.
That was a deep pull, yeah. Jared,
talk about that.
Guy flipped over his car when he hit him very hard.
Through the windshield.
Wait, through the windshield and over, or just in?
I was driving a Honda Accord, and he went through the windshield like head and shoulders first. And I'm not talking shampoo, folks. And a Honda Accord, of course, has like a very like wide windscreen.
Yeah, I drive a Fit. I know windshields. They're very large on those Hondas. Yes,
and the angle is like big. It's a big, like it's got whatever.
It's a big
anyway.
Slope,
guy hits it and he goes up it, and his neck and head catch.
Jared, come on.
The catch on the top of it, right? Blew out the entire like windshield in front of me, like a whole strip of it. A sixth of my windshield was gone from this man's body.
Yeah,
and then he did a bunch of flips and rolls above my car, and I saw him coming down, try to catch himself on the pavement, and that's when I realized that I needed to stop.
Maybe I should pull over.
Probably driven
100 feet.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like probably about at least like half a block. So like 85 feet's like not that much when you're driving in a car.
I guess that's fair.
So. Okay, so but side tangential, back to it. 85 feet past the collision site. And so the police department's IT team reported in this affidavit that, again, the Burlington Free Press, thanks for doing the work here. Video playing at the time of accident was titled "Trans Women Confronting Matt Walsh Takes Unexpected Turn."
Okay. All right. So this is wow. What one would it have been? Trans person shows up at Matt Walsh event. Watch what happens from Young America's Foundation. I'm trying to think. A trans mother debates. Pardon me, Matt Walsh on womanhood. I can't find the exact video, but it does seem like
they pulled it too. Matt Walsh pulled it because he's pro cop.
That's true. He wants to make sure that whatever court case that does happen, that it wouldn't be played as evidence for sure.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right. People are cool. Cops are even cooler.
Yeah. We're in freaking police cover up. You said it. This is we're in cop watch, folks. Woo 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 woo.
Yeah, well, no.
Cherries and berries.
Of course, but only to get to Chick-fil-A before they close, right?
Yeah.
Cool guys. Very fun
Don't
story.
Look at my bank account.
Excuse me? Have you been going to Chick-fil-A?
Shut that up.
You've been showing up on the Sabbath all pissed off? Just like, come on, guys. Let's open up.
Come on. Chill out.
Why don't they get...
Yeah, I've been going there on Sundays.
They should have like non-religious people show up. They should hire specifically a Sunday crew.
I go to the one at Bohemian Grove because they make them open up on Sundays.
So you have this one... You have this labeled as fucking bad, dude. This next story.
Yeah, this one's fucking bad, dude.
Oh, no. BCW. Utah officers disciplined after pressuring rookie to, cut deceased man's body. Huh.
We just need to watch like a little bit of this.
All right. This
minute.
This seems fucking bad, dude.
She just called you the expert, so I was curious if you had done homicide.
Average cops. So there's a dead man's body. They're bringing the gurney out in the background here. Yeah. You got these 4 cool cops that are cool copping down, and they're like, "Hey, dude. Yeah, we got something for you to do here, Rick."
I feel like you're pranking me.
I'm not. I've looked at that body. First dead body ever.
This cop's wearing pit vipers just to give you the vibe.
That's fun. It's a good look, and it also protects his eyes from the sun.
His head is way too small.
So this cop whose body camera is on says he feels like he's being pranked, and they said, "We're not pranking you. It's your first dead body." Is that what they're expressing here?
Yeah, this is, you gotta have a little.
You
gotta have the honors, pal. We're always doing this to dead bodies.
All right, so he's gloving up.
Why are you smirking like that?
Because it's just funny. Like, you think it's a joke, but I legitimately.
All right, so there's 5 cops right here.
Yeah. And what do they call that? A gaggle?
I feel like it is.
Murder.
A murder of cops. Jesus Christ. That's the worst. Okay, so we're approaching the body.
All right, how many more people are right here? Real quick.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 folks, and 1 deceased.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you guys need any help lifting him, or? You want to help? I'm just. They're telling me. I think they're pranking me. Yeah.
That's someone from the office of the medical examiner just fucking laughing about this. This is cool.
Oh, yeah. So yeah.
You may not want to help, but we're gonna allow him to help.
There you go.
You allow me to help? All right.
Take this.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Shield your face.
Shield.
It looks like it's mostly gas. Go ahead and just pop all the blisters.
Right there.
Yes, sir. Anything inflated? Yeah, just poke it. That's just gas. Yeah. Good ball.
So this cop is now stabbing this dead homeless man's blisters with a utility knife.
God damn it, man. This is fucking bad, dude. Do we need, more? It's a box cutter? Jesus Christ.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Aaron, do you want a sheet?
Yeah.
What might this with?
Let me.
What's up?
Okay, there's so many fucking people here.
There's like 10 people here.
Okay, there's 3 in the background right here.
Oh,
right?
I didn't even catch those guys. It's like an I Spy for police. Yeah. It's like a Where's Waldo, but they're all
There's
cops.
like, I think there's like 2 people standing behind the guy closest right here.
And remember, there's 4 on his left too.
So they're just like 8, 9 with the guy with the box cutter in his hand, the guy whose video we're watching.
Yeah.
And then there's like 5 more standing behind him.
All right,
so there's like 13 people, a baker's dozen of these pigs and pigs in a blanket. Maybe is it a blanket of pigs? Is that maybe what it is?
Someone said it's a sty, which is kind of clever. That's a sty of pigs or of police. That's kind of fun. Let's read the story. Several Salt Lake City police officers have been disciplined after body camera footage revealed they mishandled and mocked the body of a deceased homeless man in the summer of 2024. So this was released February 28th. They're laughing as a rookie officer was handed a utility knife and directed to help with the deceased man's body. The officer in training initially thought it was a prank, but it turns out he's just surrounded by full-blown pieces of shit, as a lot of them are. So gross, fucked up, awful. One of the officers violated 8 department policies and resigned. Another violated 4 policies and received a 3-day suspension.
3 days suspension.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's called a long weekend, brother. The third officer violated 2 policies and received a warning. That's a little slap on the wrist. And 1 employee violated 1 policy, but no written record of discipline was found. So,
now, Byron, you've done some like EMT stuff. Is this typically something that you'd be doing?
Let me think. Yeah,
to a body you would find, you'd be like, okay, we got to pop the scabs first.
I'm trying to think. That is not. It's not standard procedure. I was not an EMT. I was an EMT in training, and any time that I was in a cadaver lab, and then one time I saw a dead body at the Cecil Hotel with Burt McCracken from The Used, but I wasn't allowed to get close enough to investigate if it had open source or blisters, but.
Yeah. And do you think that they're putting the holes in them, they're puncturing the holes in them to kind of like let them degas a bit?
In hindsight, the officers
to help get their soul out.
That's the excuse. They say, "Oh my God, if you don't do this, his soul will be trapped." Okay.
He has an itty belly button. You have to help him.
No, the officers who were guarding the door where the body was at the Cecil Hotel, they were unprofessional, because we went out and said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Someone's dead in this room you want to see," which was kind of weird. So me, Quinn, Jeff, Burt McCracken, and the rest of the Used got in a
drummer from the Rancid.
We got in a single file line, and we walked past the open door where a man was deceased on the bed. So the police did offer us to see a dead body, but they didn't give me a utility knife. Maybe I need to go through police training to know how to use a box cutter on a body. Maybe that's it.
And was it Elisa Lamb?
No. It was the same time that her body was in the thing above us, I believe. So the water from the bathroom could have very well have tasted like Elisa Lamb, but wild stuff. That was an interesting time. I watched Burt McCracken throw a Bible from that room onto the roof of a nearby building. It's kind of wild. Yeah, he's a good guy. Okay, this is bad. This is probably one of the worst ones we've ever seen. How come we don't usually watch people get shot or dead bodies on this stream, but we've done both of those today. I don't know.
I had a little fun today.
I didn't anticipate that.
A little gritty on there. Huh?
Yeah, and we're not.
We went to rotten.com on it. Yeah.
Seems like that's where we're taking them. But yeah, is this more fun? This next story here.
Probably.
I think most of them would be, right?
That one's pretty bad. Yeah.
I have everything right here, and it's all been falsified.
Eric Conover had a lot to say before his arraignment this afternoon.
If anyone dares try to test my mental competence, I will eviscerate every single person with my intelligence right now. And that's not being egotistical.
Police paperwork says the pursuit started after Conover was going 55 in a 35.
Almost a threat, but then he said with his intellect, which is a good pivot. You're not going to eviscerate them, physically. He is locked up. He is in cuffs, but
he had it figured out.
Yeah, he is a smart guy, it turns out. Let's see what he did, though.
In a 35. After 8 miles, Conover stopped and an officer attempted to de-escalate the situation, but Conover allegedly drove at him.
The MC Rabbit? Because he's gone about 8 miles.
Okay, very good joke. Did you write that down?
Conover allegedly drove at him and hit him in the leg and then sped off for another 28 miles.
That's not true. I probably seen that.
The paperwork says the officer was thrown 40 feet, suffering a leg injury. Conover is facing several charges, including attempted murder.
Me and this guy got something in common.
Oh no, his mom entered the chat. He's in a Zoom. Mama. This is wild.
Attempted murder.
Oh, thank God, look at me.
Today in court, Conover was outspoken, claiming that he's a public figure because of his nearly 3 million subscribers on YouTube, and saying this was part of a, quote, police sting against him.
All right.
Okay, Eric.
All right.
They're here to help you.
The state asks that he remains in preventative detention.
The state's position is that when a law enforcement officer...
I don't... Listen,
that's Zach Galifianakis.
It does appear to be a guy. No ferns to be between, but it does. Keith Blair is a bit of Zach Galifianakis. I don't trust any lawyer that has to blur his background on the Zoom call. Like,
he's got his rare Kama Sutras behind him.
Whatever you have on your bookshelf should be appropriate to show. Like, I don't trust you if you blur it. And this looks bad. It's cut out poorly. So
I don't want you to know about my rare Kama Sutras. It's equal to a value of $1 million.
All right. This guy's got 2 toes on his bookshelf.
Yeah.
He's got some alligator claws.
What are you saying about my wife?
We're going to be rich. That's what's going to happen.
A law enforcement officer
$283
signals for you to pull over and stop. You should do so.
He has had a chance to review the police reports in this matter and denies these allegations. He does not agree with the reports as that they are stated.
The defense asked that he be released, saying he's not a threat to the public and has no criminal record.
Well,
police say he was arrested Friday night for a separate drunk driving charge, which Conover denied.
He has a DWI.
He did 2 for 1.
He has a DWI and an attempted murder the same week. And they're like, he's fine.
He's fine. He's a good guy.
He's fine.
So I don't know this guy at all. Apparently, you said he's got a lot of YouTube followers. Yeah.
Well, so that's what it said. And so, like, Conover here seems to be some sort of AI generated real estate, AI conscious evolution.
Oh my God.
Merging architecture, sacred geometry, and AI consciousness evolution. This channel explores the homes built for energetic renaissance and human expansion.
Wow, cool guy. I wish I had some classical music. I just don't, though.
That's okay.
Sorry. From luxury estates designed with frequency-based intelligence to real estate infused with ancient wisdom and quantum design principles, these are the spaces shaping the future of conscious living. Baby. Didn't say that, but let's see what he's all about, though. Let's go to most popular video. I worked out like Chris Hemsworth for 30 days, and look what happened. Okay. This is 10 million.
This is 30 days working out like Chris Hemsworth.
All right.
So about 2 months ago, I got very sick while traveling overseas.
What happened?
I fell into what felt like the worst shape of my life.
Look at the worst shape of this guy's life. He looks fine.
When I fully recovered, I vowed
a body that looks like Mac and me.
It did look. I mean, I think he was pushing out, right?
He's
like
bloated.
When I fully recovered, I vowed.
I wanted to see what his schedule says here. 4:45 a.m. Wake up. This is his to-do list. 5:30 to 7:30. Oh, smile.
He's got a smile.
Is that what it says?
It looks like he's got a smile.
Oh wow. From 9 to 12, it's study, and 1 to 4, it's edit film, and then he's got a meeting at 5. Full day. This guy's got.
Recovered, I vowed I would never take my health for granted. Around this time, I noticed that Chris Hemsworth, my celebrity crush, was about to release a fitness app called Center.
All right, we're not going to sell Center for him, but let's see what else he's got. New York City apartment tour, an $28.5 million luxury apartment inside the smallest apartment in New York City. I feel like I've seen maybe other versions of that style video, like smallest apartment in. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it looks like he just goes to billionaire folks' houses and walks around. Oh, there he worked out with Chris Hemsworth. Cool. So maybe he is but you can't hit a cop with your car the night after you got drunk and drove.
Send him 40 feet. Yeah.
It's just not okay.
Not pull over for him and then clip his ass.
Yeah, you don't do that, right?
Yeah, not typically. And most people don't get away with it when they do it. I did see something that he had posted a video that was like, I stopped drinking like 6 weeks ago or something like that.
Buddy, my guy.
Yeah. But it was like after, I want to say it was after the fact.
After this?
It was like after he hit the cop.
Oh, I think my cat.
And
keyboard.
And
died
after
for me
he got a DWI.
Oh, buddy, that's not good.
So he posted this thing. I think it got some attention because of his legal attention.
Of course, yeah.
And maybe it's not there anymore, but I did see something about that.
How I got sober from alcohol. That's from a month ago.
1 month ago. Yeah.
1,444 days sober from alcohol today. Welcome to episode number 1 of my podcast, Building Legacy. Episode 1, How I Got Sober.
Building Legacy, it's
what
called.
What the fuck?
They always had the stupidest name for the... remember Truth podcast with Vivek Ramaswamy?
Yeah, that was a good one. That was cool.
This one's called Truth.
So he filmed this on November 22nd of last year and uploaded it on January 25th. So that's how long it takes for him to edit this episode 1, which eventually I feel like you probably didn't do any, right? So let's see. Building, Legacy. See if he did any other episodes. No, that's the one. Cool.
Episode 1.
Eric Van Conover, I have very little sympathy for you. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're sober. Hope you're still sober, but man, I don't know.
Well, speaking of real estate
entrepreneurs,
yeah.
This is an interesting situation. It's a bit of a reader. We had trouble tracking down the clip that kind of kicked this whole thing off, but TikToker finds decomposed body in hoarder house that he bought at auction. Quote, guess I gotta call the police. We just started to clean it out and found something I've never found before in a house, and I guess we have a picture of a skeleton. All right, so it does appear that he bought a bad house, and
we're straight up on ogrish.com right now.
What the fuck is our show today? This unexpected.
You guys like that?
Sorry, is the one thing I want to say, and give you one of those. Great.
Yo.
Buyers who purchase
the angels are bowling.
Yes, a home at auction expect to encounter any number of issues in exchange for a low price, but finding a dead body is not something most real estate investors are prepared for. A real estate investor and TikToker Maddie Ice 0296, who I do think needs to re-upload this video, has been documenting the cleanup process of a house he bought at auction. The home's previous occupant seems to have struggled with hoarding, as evidenced by footage of the floor blanketed in trash and neglected belongings. He says, so this is my house I bought on Friday at auction. That's how he started the video from March 14th. We just started to clean it out and found something I've never found before in a house. And then the camera pans to human remains amidst a pile of junk. And he says, this is freaking wild. Guess I got to call the police now.
I got the leaf blower.
Yeah, well, is that a leaf blower in the hand?
I don't know.
It might be a weed whacker, right?
Doing a little lawn work inside the house.
Well, and the body, is that a t-shirt on the bones?
Yeah, looks like they were wearing like a t-shirt or a hoodie.
I've never seen this. This is
maybe they got some jeans on.
I've never seen like the body decomposed to the point of skeletal remains while still wearing an outfit, right? Like
pretty sick, honestly. This is breaking news right here.
Yeah, wow. We'll go to Maddie's TikTok real quick and see. Oh, I've got to do this puzzle. You ever drag the puzzle piece in place on TikTok?
Yeah, look at that.
I did it.
You're helping AI every time you do that.
I didn't know that. We'll do the death house updates videos.
So this is the house where we found the body yesterday, and back here today, got guys cleaning up the outside. Yesterday, the coroner came, police came, fire department came. They took the body.
Speak up, please.
And trying to determine if it was the previous owner. Him and his brother lived here one time. Fire department did have an interaction with him back in November. So coroner is coming back today to look for more information, contact information to one of the family members or something, just to try to wrap this thing up. So as for now, though, the detective asked that we not enter the house. We boarded it back up, so just kind of waiting now till they give us the green light to continue.
He just wants to wrap this up, and he's waiting for the green light. This guy's all business.
I know in the past I had mentioned had a neighbor who had a terrible neighbor growing up who like killed my other neighbor's dog with a shotgun.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that's not great.
One of these guys, right? But their house got foreclosed on, and they got a divorce and moved separate ways.
Mhm.
And person who bought the house was renovating it, and they knocked down one of the walls and found a huge stash of meth and cash.
Well, that sounds great because you can make money with meth too. So it's like pretty much just
it's
finding
like
a
really
lot
good.
of money.
You can also just have like a good ass time, bro.
Well, yeah. I don't know how bad it goes.
I'm gonna break this wall. Yeah.
I don't know. Does it go bad? Is there a shelf life for meth? Like,
Yeah, there's probably some amount of shelf life for it, I would guess.
Huh.
I don't know.
We
But
got another-
anyway, a lady got arrested.
Oh. Was
Yeah,
this
they
the one
went
that
and found her.
caught fire next to your place and all the rats from that house came into
No,
your
that
house?
was much more recent.
Oh, that sucked when you were like, "Hey, you're sleeping on the couch, and we do have a rat problem."
Underneath the house.
Okay, well, good, thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't like upset or anything, but it was.
Yeah, but they're gonna walk on your head.
It didn't. I was like not. With South by Southwest, I was doing less sleeping, so I was less concerned. You know, the odds
You're like,
were.
I'm only here for 4 hours and then I gotta go.
Yeah,
but
and, like-
secretly I was trying to like give you kind of a what's that Crispin Glover movie?
I don't know. Back to the Future.
No, the one where he's got all the rats.
Oh, you're
It's like-
Wilfreding me.
Yeah, Wilfred.
You're
Yeah,
turning
I
me
was
into a
trying to get you-
Wilfred. Yes.
Yeah, new friends, you know.
Here we
A
are,
loyal fan
back
base.
at the house where I found the deceased person last week.
Back at the death house.
Did speak to the coroner on Saturday. They mentioned it was not the homeowner.
Oh.
And that it was a potential friend of the homeowner.
A buddy.
You know, my impression was they had a relationship. She wouldn't come out and say that, but I did ask her a couple questions, and that was kind of what it sounded like she was saying.
Sorry he's so quiet.
And I spoke to the detective this morning. He did allow me to go back in and start cleaning out the property. And then
Thanks, Arden, for stepping in with the Wilfred, by the way. Willard. They're
good
correcting
call,
me.
good
And you
call.
are right. Wilfred is the dog show with Elijah Wood hallucinating. And that was actually a pretty good show. That was like when FX was doing like weird, interesting shit. Remember that?
Yeah, I did.
I'm finally catching up on Yellow Jackets. Elijah Wood was fairly good in that series. I don't know if you watched that. He's pretty good.
I haven't. I saw it's on Netflix though.
Yeah.
Last year down the street was calling the city, and nothing was being done about it. Actually, the neighbor right next door, she said, I had to keep her windows closed because the smell was so strong.
Oh God. Okay.
It was like,
Wait, what is this Coley comment? What is this person saying in the comments right here? Better than the body what?
Someone yeah, thank you, Alicia, for stepping in and banning someone. I don't know what was said. I didn't see what was said, so the comment has been removed from my view, but that's fine.
Better wait. Click on that again.
Oh, wait, a comment over here. Sorry, better than the body. Sorry, I was reading our chat, not the chat here.
I hear you.
Better than the Body in the Rug saga.
Ooh.
That's some shade, and we walked all the way through that thing.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. If anyone knows any add-ons for Chrome that I could use to boost audio, let me know, because I do have some trouble with clips from time to time. All right, now we're inside the death house.
So this is the property from last week. We've actually
Yikes.
got something in here. When we first came in here, this is the side door. Could barely get the door open. Had to there was
Volume
a door, had to
master.
rip it off to
Volume
get in
master.
here.
Okay, thank you.
There was like a tiny narrow pathway here to get through. There's just trash literally everywhere.
I'll have that next week.
And then this is the hallway. As you can see, I mean, you really can't even access that. So the day that we found the person in here, I actually had to climb over to the front door and move stuff just so we could open the front door, and then had to make a pathway over here to where the person was kind of underneath stuff.
Wait a second. Like, who facilitates the auction of a house like this without going in the house to see if there's a dead body that was literally 6 feet from the front door?
You mean it's not like what's the American Pickers?
Those guys? I think one of them
what's
died.
behind
Rest in
the
peace,
door?
by the way. Yeah.
Was it him?
One of the pickers.
Is
You
it
think
him
it was
in the
one of
house?
the pickers that died?
I don't know. It seems like they got Storage Wars. They got the same sort of.
We're talking about those guys who they give it $25 all day. This is $50 all day. The guy's going through all those
behind the door.
No, I was talking about Frank Fritz, who died late last year at 60 after he had a stroke. Remember that guy? Sad.
Which guy?
One of the American Picker guys. There's two of them. There's, you know him, this guy. Yeah, rest in peace. He was fine, even though the pics were fake. But that's okay. So this guy's he had a body on his hands. It's kind of wild stuff, right?
Yeah, kind of wild, man.
kind of wild stuff.
Kind of wild stuff, if you're asking me. So, but what do you think? What do we got going on here?
What's that?
We got we looked at cops. Cops were being goobers. What else is
cops?
new?
We got real estate. That was a lot of fun.
You got any more cops?
Let me take a peek on the docket here. I just have I have some bummer stories, stuff that's
yeah.
A lot of this is pretty bad. Yes, and we did that. Great, wonderful. Jared, sometimes when you do enough of a bad crime and the police arrest you and then you get convicted of it, then sometimes you're sentenced to death. You know, if it was like a violent crime that you commit, eventually you might end up with the death penalty.
Yeah, if you're really good at the crime, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. That's a glass half full kind of thought you have there as he sips from his cup. Wonderful. If you were arrested and convicted, Jared, what would you choose as the method of execution? We've talked about a lot of options on this show.
I want to get tossed off of a cliff onto rocks.
Okay, and then
or fed to shark.
Fed to shark. That's what you want to do.
Yeah,
wonderful. And I
Bruce.
I have a story from the ocean here in a minute, but I think that the available options are typically, I mean, you can't do hanging anymore because sometimes your neck doesn't break or sometimes your full head pops off.
Yeah, mine would fully just pop off.
Well,
probably.
I mean, if they get the distance of the drop right, your head is supposed to not pop off.
Yeah, but come on, like it's like a bunch of guys like us who are like doing the measurements and stuff. They're gonna pop that
AB
body.
points out you might get convicted even if you're innocent, which is true in this country. The old US of A. Wonderful.
Yep. Toss me off that cliff, baby.
There's the electric chair, which popularized from the 80s and 90s. Like people love images of people going cha 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 cha, you know, like the film Shocker with the electricity. That's kind of cool. And then of course the Green Mile. But then there's also lethal injection, which appears to also be kind of like
I'm too strong to that one wouldn't kill me.
You don't think so? You think you're tough enough to get through the lethal injection, huh?
Yeah, if you got to do it twice.
So
you gotta do it twice. If you beat it twice, and you gotta walk away from it.
There's the gas chamber. That doesn't seem like that worked very well. But now we're trying to do nitrogen hoods. We're doing nitrogen hoods.
My Jewish blood evolved, and I'm too good for that one now.
There's one that it seems like it would work almost certainly, and it's coming back. It's an old school technique. This is the first time it's happened in quite some amount of time here.
There's also breaking news coming in from South Carolina tonight in a death penalty case making national headlines. For the first time in 15 years, a death row inmate has now been executed moments ago by firing squad.
That's a wild picture of this man, if I'm honest.
The sad one of him in court? Or this
you think
one?
He looks
the one with the mustache?
Why does he look like that?
Well, I mean, he's a criminal.
They shave his head?
I'm not really sure. That's Brad Keith Sigmund is his name.
Is that the same guy in the next,
time in 15 years?
Sure is. Yeah, that's him.
Keep going.
Death row inmate
That's
has now
him?
been
Yeah.
executed moments ago
What do they do with
by
his
firing
hair?
squad instead of the electric chair or lethal injection. Wow. Here's Steve Osensami.
Prison officials in South Carolina tonight are making
What
history
the hell?
on death
This
row.
is three
using-
different guys.
No, he does look like a master of disguise, but I think that's just what happens after you spend, from the
They
year
shaved his
1977 until
head.
now in prison. It's a lot of time.
3 executioners with
Okay.
rifles. firing
Well,
from
they're saying in
15
the
feet
chat
away
that
at-
they shaved his head so that his soul could get out. But we already discussed earlier, you actually have to poke it with the
Yeah,
utility.
you gotta poke the skin.
Death row using 3 executioners with rifles firing from 15 feet away at the same time to shoot this double murderer in the heart. 67-year-old Brad Sigmund chose to die this way over the
Shoot him
electric
in the
chair
heart.
and lethal injection after a number of executions using injections have gone wrong. States have had trouble getting the right chemicals, and prison officials in the death chamber have struggled using needles and finding veins.
So
So they're like, look, we have 3 options, but you can only choose one. It's this one.
I don't understand. Like, I do understand the availability of cocktails of drugs that are used to kill people are hard to acquire because the companies that make those drugs think it's a bad look. They say, hey, maybe you don't use our chemicals to. Are you doing your breath treatment over there? Asthma, man.
Nebulizer.
Yes. So it's hard to get the chemicals. Not a lot of people make them available. But
why don't they just do bleacher?
Okay, I don't think they should just inject bleach into the veins of capital murder convictees.
I thought, are they drinking bleach so that they can clear the COVID out anyway?
Well, that's very helpful for that, I've heard. So yeah, and I guess
I'm gonna get shut down for misinformation. I apologize. It's not
Yeah,
real.
that was
only in Roblox.
Chemicals and prison officials in the death chamber have struggled using needles and finding veins.
Which, I mean, every day people in the emergency room. Like I said, I was almost an EMT, and one of the days during my training, you get to do a shadow in the ER, and that was a very exciting day. But there's phlebotomists in the ER who do this stuff like a dozen times a day. They find veins. Why can't we get one of those people to assist? Well, first of all, I mean, I guess
Because it's just cops doing it, dude.
Yeah, the death penalty in general is kind of a sketchy subject. I'm sure that nurses aren't like, hey, I'd love to help kill this guy. Let's. I actually think they probably legally can't, right? That's that first do no harm situation. I don't know if that applies to phlebotomists and nurses, but
Yeah, more like the hypocritical oath.
okay, there we go, Corey in the chat, my dude. Love it. And after I get off of this stream, you better believe I'm gonna go watch the new episode of The Pit that came out yesterday. Very exciting. One of the best
So
shows.
you're gonna spin the new ER dub that you got.
Oh, that is the remix LP is so good. It is long. These are 90s dance tracks. They go on for like tens of minutes. It's wonderful. But yeah, I guess I understand. Firing squad, cops love guns. I think you could get 3 people to volunteer to shoot a gun at a guy. I mean,
Hey, you want
quickly.
to take someone's life potentially, and they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah, they're like, does it have to be 3 people? Could we do 8? Could we?
okay."
have like
Can
more?
Is that how it works? Is it like only one of them gets a bullet,
Yeah.
and 2 of them gets a blank?
Yeah, and that's kind of
So then, like, all right, well, like triple it up. We got 9 guys, 3 bullets.
they want to be able to shoot more than once each time. No,
They kind of into it.
AB says Alabama officials said they do not know when the nitrogen gas started to flow into the mask that completely covered Mr. Smith's face, but witnesses reported that at 7:57 p.m. I assume we're doing a walkthrough of what happens during
Nitrogen. You
Yeah.
choke and spasm.
Yeah, he
on
began
nitrogen.
writhing in pain, and his body started thrashing against the straps, binding him to the gurney, his whole body and head violently jerking back and forth for several minutes, followed by heaving and retching into the mask. That's foul. You don't want to watch some guy barf into a mask, right? Like, as he's dying. But
yeah.
are they conscious? Because I know that the body reacts poorly to death. So I don't know if, writhing.
Okay, actually, I figured out how I want to die.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Well, do you want to save it for just a second? Like, I want to keep the suspense, right? Unless you want. I mean, I don't know. You can spill it now.
It's probably a better now than later.
Yeah,
it's
let's
not
do
going
it.
to be worth it to sit on this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know, in the 4-player Simpsons arcade game.
Oh, it's the best
You remember
arcade
that?
game in existence.
So then the between levels where you have to like you blow up the balloon and it's like
Sure.
I think you blow up like Krusty's head or something like that. Whoever gets to the top. I want them to do that to my head.
You want your head blown up with a bike pump?
Yeah. I'd like a family of 4 to like hit a bike pump several times so that my head gets expanded so much that it explodes.
And then you're gone. Yes.
Yeah.
And Gilmorn in the chat says, I want to die from the heat death of the universe.
You have to live for a little bit longer than I think that we have time for.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately.
I appreciate that. I kind of want to. I'm into that too.
I like it. I think that's a good idea. But this guy wanted to be shot with guns.
Sigmund's attorney says a firing squad felt more humane.
Knowing that the bullets are going to break the bones in his chest and destroy his heart.
What?
Or risk a 20-minute long execution strapped to a gurney.
Don't add the nickname of the attorney. His name is Gerald, quote, Bo King. Come on. Just go by Gerald in professional settings. My guy, attorney for Brad Sigmund. Yeah.
Or risk a 20-minute long execution strapped to a gurney with your lungs filling with blood and fluid. Now, this is an impossible choice.
Across America, nearly 24 states have a death penalty, and most of them are still by lethal injection. But now 5 states allow firing squad.
Whoa, hell yeah. Idaho. We might get to see Brian, what's his name, get shot. The guy who killed all those...
Klosenberger or whatever.
What is his name? Yeah, the guy who killed everyone in Idaho not too long ago. Brian...
Yep.
Idaho death. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Kohlberger.
Kohlberger, yes. Wow, that's kind of exciting news.
In Idaho last year, they tried 8 times to kill this serial killer by lethal injection and failed. On Wednesday, lawmakers in response passed a bill to make a firing squad the state's primary death penalty. In South Carolina tonight, Brad Sigmund's ex-girlfriend told USA Today to remember her parents, who he beat to death with a baseball bat, saying that I didn't get to see them grow old. Executions by lethal injection can sometimes take hours. By comparison, a firing squad is just minutes. It's America's oldest method of state execution. Some would say more efficient. And late word from South Carolina tonight, this death sentence has been carried out. The first time a prisoner in America has been killed by firing squad in the last 15 years.
Oh, wow. I mean, I guess I don't really have any negative thoughts on that beyond the whole, like, death penalty is probably not what we should be doing considering the resources that we have as a country. But I guess there are far worse ways to go.
Yeah, you got to put him up in Arkham, dude.
Excuse me?
You got to put him up in Arkham.
Oh, in the asylum from the Gotham town,
Mm-hmm.
Gotham City. Yes.
Got to put all these freaks under one roof.
So Idaho halts execution by lethal injection after that 8th failed attempt to get an IV line. That serial killer, Thomas Eugene Creech. Gross. What a wild name. Thomas Eugene Creech. Let's see if we... I don't know anything about that guy. Okay. American serial killer
goatee, dude.
Convicted of 2 murders committed in 1974 and sentenced to death in Idaho. That just gave me a town in Idaho. I want to see what this guy's all about. He's the longest serving death row inmate in Idaho, and his execution schedule for February 28th resulted in a failed attempt and was canceled. He remains on death row. His new execution date, is past November 13th. Did they end up killing this guy? I don't know. Seems like this wiki's outdated, which is kind of good. I'm glad that this guy is not necessarily. Oh wow, he was a Hell's Angel and Church of Satan guy.
Oh, okay.
But he's he's a confessor. It says it looks like he confessed to 42 murders in various states. He's a bit of a Bit of a, what's that guy's name? The guy from the South who traveled around. Otis Toole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, did Creech end up dying or not?
I don't know.
Been in prison half a century, 5 murders, 3 states. They halted the execution at 10:58 in the morning on, I don't know what date. Give me some time next time. I don't know anything about Creech. Maybe we'll do a whole episode on Creech. This guy seems wild. I haven't done a serial killer. I haven't done a killer in a long time.
Who has the most? I mean, like, he might have the... Does he have the most attempts?
Attempts? 8 seems like... Oh, God. Missoula, Montana. What do we have here?
Hey.
Okay. So after taking a stand on his trail in October 1975, Creech shocked the entire nation when he readily admitted his responsibility of 42 murders in nearly a dozen states. He alleged the first murder occurred when he was 17 and when he drowned a friend in New Miami, Ohio. Very different than Miami, Florida.
Yeah, that's not the one that Will Smith was doing, I don't think.
No. In his confession, Creech claimed that he killed a gay man in San Francisco.
Sorry, and actually, I was just thinking about it, and he kind of goes like, "Welcome to New Miami."
Yes, he slides it in there. I think it might be the one he's talking about.
Cool.
Let's see. He killed a gay man in San Francisco in 1965. After running away from home, he later killed 5 people in Ohio in contract murders. Wow, when he was with the Hells Angels. And later began killing people in satanic rituals involving human sacrifices. In total, he's claimed to know of such killings that had occurred in Burien, Washington. I've been there. I played a show there. San Diego, San Francisco, and Malibu, California, Beaver, Ogden, and Salt Lake City, Utah, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I'll be not too long from now, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Missoula, Montana. I wonder if he took credit for some of the Wayne Nance stuff, or that maybe that girl that was found in the culvert in the 70s. And then another city in Colorado. So I'm going to dig into this guy. This is a wild little story. You know how much I like satanic rites and sacrifice. I think it's good.
Local.
And I love local. You guys know I love local.
You get that local flavor.
Yeah, is he
Huckleberry and death.
And is he dead yet? I gotta figure that out. This will be fun. All right. Okay.
Wait, we didn't see it in his wiki?
No, it's out.
I guess
it's
outdated.
Updated. Yeah, it had a next execution date in 2024, so we're a little behind there. But wow. Okay. Where do we want to go? I'm not going to talk about the Delphi murder case. That wrapped up last year. Richard Allen got 130 years in jail, but they released the bridge guy video. Are you familiar with this?
No.
You know the case of the Delphi murders? The murder of the girls Abigail Williams and Liberty German. So last week they released
breaking news in the
they released the footage from their cell phone, which revealed a guy named Bridge Guy, who I believe is Richard Allen. It's the last film, the last, pretty much the last thing that Abigail Williams and Liberty German saw. So it's kind of disturbing, pretty gross video.
Difficult for some to watch.
So they were being followed by this guy. And there he is. So you can just see him in the background following these girls before he tragically took their lives. It's pretty gross.
Ugh.
Yeah, horrifying little video.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Yeah, we don't need to watch that. That's just sad. I got one kind of funny story, and maybe we'll save the rest of these for another day because it's getting kind of late. Oh, unless you, I think you got one, don't you?
We definitely got, I don't know if Bridge Guy's a character necessarily, but we definitely have a character and an update.
Oh, yeah, let's hit this character, Pirate's Booty guy?
Yeah, the Pirate's Booty. Are you guys in the chat? Are you guys crunching a bunch of these pirate booties.
Is this your snack? Do you partake?
Good.
I think it's fine.
I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm into. You know what I'm really into lately? Popcorners, I think they're called.
Oh yeah. They had those on the flights lately.
They're pretty good. It's just like a popcorn chip, you know.
Ally.
Oh, all right, we got a pirate booty ally in the chat. Wonderful.
Cool. It's like corn and
those chips. Yeah, it's like popcorn pressed into a chip form. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
well, I mean, the pirate's booty though. It's also it's like
it's a puffed corn. Yeah, kind of like a Cheeto, but a little bit healthier for you, right? Different texture.
It was supposed to be a simple, uncontested race, but today's mayoral election in the village of Seacliff in Nassau County is anything but that.
Today, the village of about 5,000 people is heading to the polls after the founder of the snack company Pirates Booty declared himself mayor.
Wait, did he declare himself mayor?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Mayor. He says, thanks to a little-known New York State law, he can legally form a new village and assume the role of mayor without an election.
Okay, so I can do that
Fuck
too?
it.
Like,
fuck it, man. Well, you're not in New York, but
I guess that's true. I'll look into it. But fuck it, really.
Is this possible? Well, here's Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu with more.
An unexpected and strange fight is playing out in this 1 square mile village on Long Island as the fight for the mayor's seat in the village of Seacliff comes to a head.
And it will be very difficult for him to be operational and effective on day one.
His libs gotta stop.
Wait, what?
These libs. Look at this lib haircut.
No, it's like David Burney, right? Like
the same haircut I got when I grows up.
It's pretty true. Leave Alina
I'm a freaking
Villafane
lib,
alone.
dude.
Yeah, you guys are lib coded. You got a bit of a scarf like that, right? Bright colored scarf, cool hair,
big suit,
big suit. This is. Yeah.
I can dress like that right now.
On day one.
I come back in here in 2 minutes and look just like that.
There's no way this is the Pirates Booty guy.
Yeah, it's him.
Bobby Moynihan is the Pirates Booty guy?
Yeah, that's it.
I will be mayor
Moynihan,
tonight,
Papa.
and I'll be mayor tomorrow morning.
Robert Ehrlich is a longtime resident of Seacliff and the founder of Pirates Booty Snacks. And last Monday, he entered Village Hall, declared himself the mayor, and said the entire village staff was fired. Ehrlich said
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He fired everyone. He dozed them.
Yeah, he said, sorry, I'm actually the most efficient guy. Look at this white shirt, clean, easy.
No.
I'm here, you're not.
I don't know about the choice of wearing a sage colored shirt underneath, but all right.
Created a new village called the Incorporated Village of Seacliff Residents, a right he says he has under the New York State law called the Citizens Empowerment Act.
I'm asking and imploring the governor to come down and give us help. We are abused and we are threatened and frightened each day by these public officials who do not recognize the residents at all.
Is he like libertarian coded? What's going on here? What is this guy?
Yeah, he's dressed like Peter Griffin, and this is like the episode of Pretoria.
Ehrlich is encouraging voters to write in his name on the ballot, which right now just has the current mayor, Elena Villafane, running uncontested. He also drew up his own ballot with options for mayor.
I don't
my own
measure
country,
asking
Dan?
I don't think you could just make your own ballots.
He did. Look at him.
He also drew up his own ballot with options for mayor and a measure asking voters
you want
if they are in favor.
Elena or you want Rob?
Oh,
you want cool Rob or stinky Elena?
And everyone gets free snacks.
Asking voters if they are in favor of incorporating Seacliff into the newly formed village, a move that prompted a visit from Nassau County Police Tuesday afternoon.
The mayoral election vote,
Yeah.
and it has who we want to vote for.
And so, were you citing law? Are you citing law now?
No, I'm reading your paperwork.
Is Pirates Booty sovereign? What are we doing?
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah,
Damn
it's
it.
an open. I think it's an open snack. I think Pirates Booty might not be driving; they're traveling.
They don't need licenses.
Mayor Villafane says she's astounded by the events over the last week. She says he could have officially filed as a candidate, but he failed to do that.
If he wants to be the mayor, at this point in the process is the only way that he can be on a ballot is to have residents write in his name.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she says it's all up to the 5,000 or so people who call this village home to make their voices heard.
All that we can do is it's open to
make their voices heard and then cut to leaf blower in the background of this poor lady.
Village home to make
Are
their
they
voices
giving?
heard.
Are they giving him credence by like, well, we have to just stand strong against it? It's like, are you saying that he is like he's done it and you just can't fall into his delusion?
I just don't think they care that much. There's probably other things that they need to be doing. You know, it's only 5,000 people in a village. Yeah, they have
who's gonna
3
pick
cops.
up the garbage there?
I mean, this
Who's
could
gonna
be wonderful
I mean,
documentary.
the cops don't really seem to like him that much. He's like, are you coming after me with the law?
Seems like a piece of shit kind of guy. Yeah.
A little bit.
all that we can do is it's open to our residents. Go out and vote. If people really
Don't
want a
vote
new
for her.
voice
Vote
and
for the
they
other guy.
feel that he's their guy,
I'm on the fence
then
if
go
I'm real.
vote.
I think they need to debate is what I want to see.
They didn't give her the opportunity to
free and
step
open
away from the lawnmower or
Janice
and
Yu,
look, come
Channel
on, look at
7,
this guy.
Eyewitness News.
That's that guy. That's the CEO. He thinks that he looks like the pirate in the. It's not like Dave from Dave's Bread.
Dave's Killer Bread, yeah, different kind of guy.
Yeah.
Does Dave look like Dave from Dave's Killer Bread?
I believe he does. Yeah.
Wow. Let's just...
You ever hear that video where Dave or the article where Dave goes into the Whole Foods and he starts beating up the display of himself?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought that
He's
guy
like,
was
this
peaceful.
is mine. I can do whatever I want.
I thought he was a peaceful guy. This is just a quick hit.
Ex-prisoner, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but he's not a murderer.
This morning, a fishing boat pulled up a wrapped body with its fishing nets about 40 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. The Suffolk District Attorney's Office says that the body is currently undergoing an autopsy. The identity has not been released. State Police and the Coast Guard are both part of this investigation.
Pretty quick little, they pulled up a body news story I discovered. Since the theme of today's episode is bodies, 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 I feel like we should probably wrap up with this last body story.
It reminds me of the time that we put up the fishing nets. There was a body in there, Brian. Byron.
I don't. Yeah, I get called Brian enough every day. So thanks for doing that again. I'm not a white dog. I'm not a small white dog. But this resolved really quickly, just a couple days
Investigators
later.
in Massachusetts are looking into how fishermen ended up pulling up a dead body that investigators say was embalmed. According to NBC 10 Boston, the fishermen pulled that body out of the water on Thursday. Staff with the district attorney's office there say the woman's death is not considered suspicious. They say it appears to be consistent with having been buried at sea. Investigators do not expect to publicly identify her, but they say she was a woman in her 60s who had cancerous tumors.
So this is just me. She just got to do what I want to do.
Is that what you're looking to do?
In the harbor?
Yeah.
Well, ain't no cliff, but I mean, if you have a tall enough building and you can get me into the harbor.
You want to go Bin Laden style.
I'll do that.
All right. Body has been embalmed. They discovered that it was indeed a burial at sea, which I don't know the laws of, but I'm sure that the Pirates Booty guy would be able to tell us. It seems like they pulled up a body that was buried at sea. And let's see, I think that's really truly all there is to it. But what happens when you're buried at sea? I don't think they should embalm you if they're going to bury you at sea, because then the fish that would eat you wouldn't want to eat you, right?
Yeah, the water's supposed to rock my neck off my body.
Okay, like a was it hydro cremation?
Hydrosis.
Yeah, I can't remember that process, but kind of interesting little story. I never would have expected that. So we're gonna save what did they call it? The I mean, this story probably would have got us killed anyway. Apparently, the cartel had a crematorium that was just discovered not too long ago. They call it the ranch from hell or something because it's just full of just human remain ashes. I'm just going to talk a little bit about that, but we'll skip that story. This is just fun. Cool. This is a fun way to end it. Have you ever wanted to, have you visited other continents?
No.
We're over here in North America.
Yeah, North America.
Yeah, you never hanging out in Europe, never hanging out in Africa,
I'm gonna go one time.
Australia. What are the continents? There's 7 of them, right?
Shit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 7 of them.
Yeah, and one that has always intrigued me, Antarctica. The one at the very bottom down there. Mostly YouTubers and scientists go there, right?
Yeah.
Some scientists are trapped down there right now. I'm not sure if you heard that, but this is kind of cool. They're not enjoying it. Scientists trapped at Antarctica base with colleague who made threats to kill.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be our last story tonight. A researcher.
What's he doing that for?
Well, he's being a bit of a shit. He struck. The researcher stuck at. It's called SANAE. Sane? More like insane, right? Base 4 in Antarctica. A colleague attacked and threatened to kill another member. Seni? Yeah, I liked my joke better. Just doing a quick breath treatment. A research group trapped at a small base in Antarctica fear for their safety after a team member allegedly attacked and threatened to kill colleague. It's a team of 10 scientists from South Africa. They're stuck at the base, and they could be there several more months due to extreme weather conditions, making it impossible to get in and out. One of the group sent an email claiming a colleague had attacked and made threats to kill another member of staff and had also sexually assaulted a researcher. Okay, that's not funny anymore. That's awful. The author of the email, which was shared with South Africa's Sunday Times, wrote, "Regrettably, his behavior has escalated to a point that is deeply disturbing. Specifically, he physically assaulted blank, which is a grave violation of personal safety and workplace norms." I would say that is applicable across the board. You can't physically assault any of your coworkers, regardless of if you're a scientist or not, right?
Yeah, I really shouldn't be doing that to anybody.
I say don't,
Ever.
Furthermore, he threatened to kill blank, creating an environment of fear and intimidation. I remain deeply concerned about our own safety, my own safety, constantly wondering if I'm going to become the next victim. The person emailing...
I mean, this
what?
Cliff here...
This beautiful base. Look at this thing. They're going to chuck a body. Someone's going to be thrown across this threshold here.
So I'm saying, even like the far end, that's like maybe a little bit higher.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place. I would love to be here, but maybe not with a potential violent murderer living in the base. But it seems like they're going to be there for a while. What if they come up with like some sort of small jail for one of 10 people, right?
Yeah, bottom of the cliff.
No, I don't think you should.
This is how they do the thing.
Just ritualistically throw someone off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah. They'll get John Carpenter to do the music for it. It's fine.
Things could go really wrong. It's like I get like Shining vibes, but it's like the Thing meets The Shining, and I would watch that. I really would. Right. I remain deeply concerned about my safety, constantly wondering if I'm going to be the next victim. Let's see. I'm experiencing significant difficulty in feeling secure in his presence, they added. So, wow, pretty interesting. And we will keep our eyes on this, of course. And it appears that Conor McGregor says he's going to run for president after meeting with Donald Trump. And on that note...
That fucking rules.
I can't do any more today. I got to go to sleep. Great.
God damn it.
Jared, what a delight, right?
Have so much fun with these wacky, crazy folks.
Such a really goofy show today, right?
Yeah, we kind of went all over the place, huh?
Yeah, it does seem...
Kind of reminds me of the time that we went all over the place.
Is that right?
Yeah. I haven't got nothing for Peter.
Peter's tired, I think, and so am I. Guys, I'm on vacation. Thanks so much for tolerating this little casual Frightday of ours. And Jared, man, delightful.
Have so much fun, eh?
Yep, I hope I return with the knowledge of what the inside of a tornado looks like and a way to make sure that it doesn't ever come towards Aunt Meg's house again.
Maybe they got one of those, like, tornado for $5. You stand in it, simulate the tornado.
Sure.
Those things.
Yeah. Well, we're coming back after this hard, so Friday is going to be a blast all spring to the summer, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But until next episode, Jared, I'll see you later.
Take care.
You've been listening to an Audio Wool original, produced by Byron McKoy. Theme music is provided by Yawns. For more programs like this, visit audiowool.co.